and welcome to Brands Hatch. We're here for the 2015 Mini Festival. Now, coming up in today's show, we've got highlights from the SU Carburettors European Challenge, and we'll be celebrating 50 years of Swift Tune engineering with the Mini All-Comers race. We've got some fantastic mini racing action coming up for you, so don't go away. So Mark, you've got a busy weekend this weekend. You've got two hats on. Not only are you racing, but you're also here representing SU Carburettors, who are the title sponsor this weekend.
That's right, yep. We thought, I enjoy the racing obviously anyway, but we thought the sponsorship of this race was particularly relevant. There's probably 60% of the cars here today, the Minis, are running SU Carburettors. For us, the business, the Mini represents a big chunk of the business. We sell through various traders and sort of to the public. So it just makes sense to, give something back, I suppose. Give something to the races and the people, and put ourselves in the right, in front of the right audience.
And we noticed there's a rather special-looking trophy in the awning this weekend. Tell us about that.
My younger brother Jamie, who's in charge of our production line, decided to put his skills to the test, as it were. And came up with the twin Mini Carburettor trophy that you've seen pictures of, and that's going to the highest placed foreign competitor. We thought we'd give something to the guys that have travelled the furthest, so we'll see what happens.
And what is it about Minis that captures your heart and everybody else's heart this weekend?
They're just great little cars to be part of, really nice character to them, lovely people to get involved with, and Brands Hatch on a sunny day. Well, can't get any better.
Well, the cars and drivers are lined up and ready to go for the start of this SU Carburettors Mini European Challenge. These old cars never let us down. They always provide fantastically close racing. So I'll hand you straight over to your commentators.
Thanks very much, Charlie. And it is Ian Curley then who lines up in pole position. This grid set by the results of yesterday's race. Alongside him is going to be Matt Kelly. Then we have got Chris Morgan, who is next along as we get ready for the start, and away we go. And these pre-1966 Minis always provide great entertainment. It's the white car of Curley who gets into the immediate advantage. He has got Chris Morgan, though, sneaking into second place, having eased away from Matt Kelly as they head through Paddock Hill Bend, climb up towards Druids for the first time. Of course, as we've seen time and time again, in any form of mini racing, gap in the early stages can be entirely deceptive. Field then running downhill out of Druids towards Graham Hill Bend, which is the only turn on this Indy circuit which has actually substantially changed in profile since these cars were raced in period. And then sprint along the Cooper Straight and swoop into Surtees. Curley's got the red car of Morgan behind him. Then it's Matt Kelly, former star of the MGF Challenge, and then John Milicevic, a very well-known Formula Junior racer, just in behind him. And then Mike Wild, of course, Formula 1 racer in the 1970s, also a recent star of Brick Car, as he goes elbow to elbow with Milicevic. A little bit of trim goes fly. Wild in the green car with the cream roof, draws alongside Milicevic and goes past him into Paddock Hill Bend. The trim of the car flapping in the breeze as they swoop down through Paddock. And then the climb up Hailwood Hill into Druids. With Wild looking a bit to the inside of Matt Kelly, as we have got a little bit of a sort out, and it is Kelly now who is at the front of the field. Morgan up into second place. In Curley has just dropped to third, but look at that rain pelting down. Now these cars, because they're running in period specification, will be on treaded tyres, but slippery conditions have caught out Tom Wesley. He is in the gravel trap, the door opens, driver clambers out, and we might well see the safety car venturing forth. Indeed we do. So the safety car bunches the field, the weather getting no better. It's going to be very precarious as and when we do get back underway. I think that is going to be very, very shortly. Indeed it is. The lights out on the safety car. The safety car peels into the pit lane, and so it's going to be the responsibility of Matt Kelly to pace the field. He almost flicks the car sideways through Clark Curve as away we go. The field heading along the Bradham Straight, but the first time on the brakes into Paddock Hill Bend. is going to be something of a voyage of adventure. Here they come. Now then, it's Curley who looks to the outside of Morgan. Milicevic and Wild tucked in behind, also making very good progress from the very back of the grid is former British GT champion Bradley Ellis. Let's watch for him. Wipers a go-go for Kelly as Curley looks to the inside of Morgan. Milicevic sneaking to the inside as well. That is Bradley Ellis, who's right up there in number 76. It's another of the light green and cream-roofed cars. There's Ellis around the outside of Milicevic as he sets off in pursuit of Chris Morgan. Short run along the Cooper Straight and then slinging it into Surtees. He's just got a perfect relationship between power and grip. The skinny, treaded little tyres means the cars move around a great deal as they run through clearways out of Clark Curve. Another lap getting reeled off. Of course, with the injection of the safety car, we lost plenty of time. And Kelly now coming under a lot of pressure from Ian Curley. Curley looks to the outside of Kelly. Also finding the traction there is Bradley Ellis as they're almost four wide through Druids. Great stuff as they roll downhill, and it's Bradley Ellis who gets the jump here. He may even move into the lead of the race. Ellis to the outside of Kelly into Graham Hill Bend. Ian Curley sees a gap and they make contact there. 3 leaders all go sideways. Trim goes fly, but otherwise I don't think anybody's come off too badly. Bradley Ellis has got the slightly battered left-hand side to his car, and all of that suddenly brings Mike Wilds back into the mix as well. So next stop is Clearways. Curley leads from Kelly, then it is Wilds. There he is, number 10 car, the red car of Chris Morgan, John Milicevic and Bradley Ellis completing leading sextet, and they are really the class of the field in this SU Carburettor's Enduro Challenge. The event this weekend being held over 2 legs. We're watching the second leg. I should let you know that the first leg was claimed by Ian Curley. And it's Curley who leads and is now, as we begin to move towards the latter stage of the race, trying to put the hammer down, and he's clear of those around him. A little bit precarious, cars slithering around as they work through Druids and then run downhill into Graham Hill Bend, and it's sideways this time from Wilds, the same for Morgan. Bradley Ellis gets hooked up beautifully coming out of Graham Hill Bend, and Ellis propels himself to the inside of Chris Morgan. Chris Morgan, former Mighty Minis champion, has an option but to be demoted. John Milicevic is the next long, trying to thrust his way past. He can't gain the place in the blue car as they hurtle through clearways, and again it's Ellis who's just finding that traction. He's driving to the racing line. He and Mike Wilds have got the trim flapping in tandem as they run along the Brabham Straight on towards the braking zone at Paddock Hill Bend. Who is feeling bravest, who's finding the grip as well. Ellis brakes very, very late, goes right to the edge of Pelican. It's where you will find the grip, all the grit and muck. So Bradley is up into third. His next target is Matt Kelly. Kelly not quite singing in the rain, but he's certainly going very strongly. But he's now going to have to start consulting his mirrors because he's got Bradley Ellis in pursuit. Ellis looks to the outside again at Graham Hill Bend. He then tries the switchback with the superior traction. Doesn't quite work for him on this occasion, and we are rapidly running out of time. They jink through Surtees, left then right onto the never-ending right-hander at Clearways. Ellis to the outside, again looking for that traction on Matt Kelly. It might just work for him, but Matt Kelly able to hug the inside of the road along the Brabham Straight. It means that Bradley Ellis can't quite carry that extra momentum which would have allowed him to sweep through. And there is the checkered flag. So that last lap effort from Ellis wasn't quite good enough. Ian Curley takes the win from Matt Kelly. Bradley Ellis completing the top 3. Great racing from the SU Carburettors Mini Enduro for pre-1966 Minis, and it's Ian Curley who won both legs. Therefore, he is the overall event victor. Well, let's have a look at the results then from that second leg. Ian Curley wins it. Matt Kelly was in second place. Bradley Ellis in third from Mike Wilds, Chris Morgan and John Milicevic.
Well, Bradley, from 22nd to podium place, it's not a bad day's work, is it?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was very enjoyable. So I didn't think I'd get this high up. I thought the top bunch would have got away, and I was quite surprised they hadn't got away. And then the safety car came out. It just bunched things up, and it made it a lot easier to get through the last little pack.
Now, certainly a bit of a hairy moment, wasn't there, down the back there on Graham Hill Bend?
Yes, I think all three of us were a bit sideways, and I think I came off worst. I ended up going from like second or third all the way back to like sixth, I think it was. So last 2 or 3 laps were interesting, trying to get myself back up to the front.
It was a really action-packed race, particularly when the rain then came. It started to look like it turned it into an ice rink out there.
Yeah, when the rain started coming down, I thought, right, well, I'm just going to go backwards now. But I think the safety car sort of helped me quite a bit. Every time I drove by, I was thinking, I wish the old boys would take a little bit longer to get it out. But being British Marshals, they obviously pulled it out way too quick for me and really quick for everybody else.
Well, congratulations, great result, well done.
Thank you.
Well, Ian, that really was an action-packed race. Congratulations, a win for you.
Yeah, really chuffed actually, because off the warm-up lap, he had a misfire, and I'm thinking, oh no, this is just going to go backwards. But I had 7 seconds from yesterday to carry over today for the win, so I just stayed in it, and then the rain come, the safety car come out, and then at the end of it, there was all of us had a big get-together at the bottom of Graham Hill just because it was so slippery, and I just come out in front of it. So yeah, really happy, really happy.
Well, that was an absolutely fantastic race there from the SU Carburettors Euro Mini Challenge, just showing how brilliant mini racing can be. But don't go away, because coming up after the break, we've got highlights from the Swift Tune 50th Anniversary Mini All-Comers.